Now, the greatest radio shows of all time.
Suspense.
The Shadow Node.
Washington calling David Harding, counter-spy.
Classic radio theater.
The Great Gildersleeve.
Fibber McGee and Molly.
Dragnet. Gunsmoke.
The Lone Ranger.
Now, step back into our time machine with your host, Wyatt Cox.
Good evening, friends of the Inner Sanctum.
An Hour in Pine Ridge, Arkansas, featuring Lum-n-Abner. Now, in 1948-49, they did do a full half-hour program. But we're going to have a half-hour show and a quarter-hour program during this hour of Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. We're going to start off with this half-hour show from October 10th, 1948.
Granny, is Abner? I believe that's our ring.
Frigidaire presents the new Lum-n-Abner Show. Tonight, Frigidaire, a division of General Motors, brings you a brand new kind of visit with those old characters down in Pine Ridge. Featuring Clarence Hartzell as Ben Withers, the music of Felix Mills, and starring your old favorites, Lum and Abner. As we look in on the little community of Pine Ridge, we find Lum and Abner in their Jot-'em-Down store. Lum is consulting a mind-reading book. Listen.
Abner, how can I ever learn to read your mind if you keep acting like you ain't got one? Now, concentrate and shoot me a brainwave.
Lum, what in the world do you want to learn how to be a mind reader for anyway?
Well, listen. You know, that radio program called Take It and Beat It has got a jackpot question so hard that nobody's been able to answer it for 16 months. But if I can get on the show and read the mind of the fellow that's asking the question, I've got the answer and $21,000.
Doggers, Lum, you have got an idea there.
Why, sure I have. Now, help me learn this mind reading.
Yeah, all right. What you want me to do?
Well, close your eyes and imagine you're writing a number on a blackboard.
All right. I just hope you can read my handwriting, though.
Have you got one yet?
Well, not quite. Oh.
What are you rubbing the back of your head for?
I'm erasing that first number I put down.
Well, hurry up, Abner. Get a number.
All right, I got one. 7.
Well, don't tell me what it is.
Oh.
Now, let's try again. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Are you concentrating?
I'm concentrating.
394.
No, 7.
Yeah? Let's try it once more.
Yes, let's.
Have you got one?
Yep.
7.
No, 394.
I don't understand this. I never had this trouble when I worked it on myself. I reckon my brain vibrates too much.
Rattle brain, huh?
No, the book says you're supposed to make your mind a complete blank.
Well, if that's what it takes to be a mind reader, here comes the world's champion, Cedric Wehan.
Well, howdy.
Hey, Cedric, stop right there. What number am I thinking of?
4.
All right, Doggers, that's right. Did you hear that, Lum?
Oh, that was just a wild coincidence.
I bet it wasn't. Cedric, how come you to pick out that number 4?
You mean there's other numbers?
Doggers, Lum, we might have a genius here.
Well, now, wait a minute. Let's try him on something harder. Now, here's an old grocer order on the floor. Cedric, tell us what's wrote on this paper without looking at it.
Yeah.
5 pounds of potatoes, a bucket of lard, and a can of cool oil.
All right, Doggy, Cedric, you done it.
Why, that's exactly right. Well, if that don't beat the bugs a fighting.
Well, you're a genius, Cedric. A genius if I ever seen one.
Cedric, the radio show Take It and Beat It's going to broadcast from Little Rock this week. If I can get you on that show, will you go over there with me?
Yeah, we can split $21,000.
Well, sure, I'd love to be on a show. I'll go home and get my bird whistle right now.
Well, we don't want you to play your bird whistle on this show.
Well, why don't you tell me what you want me to do then? What do you think I am, a mind reader?
Insure Cedric's head. What do you want to do that for, Lum?
Well, Squire, I don't want to tell you right now. I just want to get some kind of a policy that'll insure Cedric again learning anything. Got to keep his mind a complete blank.
This is the safest policy I ever wrote right here. What you want's a blank policy, Lum. I've got one here on my desk somewhere, I know.
Yeah, come over here, Cedric. You'll more than likely have to sign something.
Yes, Mom.
By the way, Lum, here's a letter I think we ought to do something about. It's from old J.J. Leeds. Now, he writes, Dear friend, Squire Skimp, I hate to bring this up, but my handwriting's kind of bad here. I think it says...
But I need some cash bad.
Yes, that's right. Wait a minute. Cedric, how do you know what's in this letter? You can't see it.
Cedric, cut that out.
Say, this boy might be a mind reader. Cedric, can you tell me anything else the letter says?
Oh, sure says we had a lot of sickness lately and business is bad.
Well, by George, this is amazing. So that's why you wanted him insured, huh?
Well, yeah, might as well admit to it, Squire.
Well, here, we better get the policy signed. Cedric, put your name down on this line right here.
Yes, Mom. Oh, yeah, Cedric, we couldn't think of my name. I know it just as well as I do my own name.
Yeah, that's fine, Cedric. Oh, well, what do you know? Well, this is a joke on me. Instead of giving Cedric an insurance application, I, absent-mindedly had him sign a personal manager's contract. Well...
You done what?
It looks like I've got exclusive rights to the greatest mind reader in the whole country.
Granny's, Abner, this is terrible. We lose Cedric to that varmint Squire Skimp, and now we get this telegram telling us to have Cedric in Little Rock tomorrow afternoon for that quiz show. Oh, my goodness, look who's coming in.
Well, howdy, Ben Withers.
Just fine, thank you.
Look, Ben, I hate to rush you out of here, but we got to figure out how to break Cedric's contract, so...
Well, certainly, I'll be glad to help you, Lum. What you want is a good lawyer, and the man to get is Russell Altmeyer.
Now, listen here,
You've
Ben.
heard me mention George Bernbolt, haven't you, Abner?
No, I don't believe I have.
Well, Russell Altmeyer is George Bernbolt's cousin-in-law by marriage.
Well...
Evelyn married Ed Hausman.
We don't care who was married to who.
Neither did Ed. That's the reason they broke up. So then Evelyn married the youngest Bernbolt boy, whose Uncle Cecil married Pauline Hagg, spelled H-A-G-G.
I don't care how it's spelled.
So you see, Uncle Cecil's mother was an Altmeyer.
Yes?
His mother-in-law was a Hagg.
Ben, I hate to have to throw you out of here, but...
Wait, you want me to get a hold of Attorney Altmeyer for you?
No, we don't.
I'm sure he could take your case because he hasn't practiced much since the Webley case. No doubt you've heard about that.
No, I don't believe I have.
Abner, don't encourage him.
Honest Ike Webley was accused of stealing a 1922 Buick.
Who was?
Yes. Nice fellow. Honest Ike was accused of stealing this car, and Russell Altmeyer took his case and proved him innocent.
Well, good for Russell.
Then it turned out that Honest Ike didn't have the money to pay Russell, so he gave him his car, a 1922 Buick.
Well, that was nice of him.
Well, I've got to run along now, but I'll get in touch with Russell for you, Lum.
No, don't do that, Ben.
Fine. So long.
Let's see, where was we at? Oh, yeah, Dad blame that Squire Skimp.
You're taking advantage of a 6-year-old boy like Cedric.
6? Well, that big lummox is 24 if he's a day.
Yeah, but Lummy's birthday's on February the 29th, leap year, so he just has one every 4 years.
Granny's, wait a minute. You give me an idea there. Cedric's a minor.
When did he take that up?
I mean, he's underage. That contract he signed ain't legal. You watch the store, Abner. I've got a little business with Squire Skimp.
you see, Cedric, you'll be the headliner of this vaudeville tour I'm planning, but first I've got to find some other acts to go along with you, build a big show around you.
Yes, Mom.
Now, here's an act that's at Liberty right here. Cato and his 7 singing coyotes. Big crowd getter, features patriotic songs.
Sounds lovely.
Here's another one. Lady Minerva, the mermaid. Only mermaid to be shot from a cannon.
Like buckwheat, huh?
Lands in only 2 feet of water and comes up with the American flag on her dorsal fin.
I put up the flag at school.
Oh, now here's something here. Sensational act. Sensational seal act. Hot Lips Homer. The Henry Bussey the Seal. Plays 5 different tunes, all popular. Only seal that can triple tongue. Can sit in with the band when not performing. Has tux, will travel.
Say, Mr. Squire.
Yeah.
In this show we're going to put on, just what is it I'm supposed to do?
Well, a mind reading act.
Mom?
You know that business where, Cedric, you can read minds, can't you?
I don't think so. Why?
Oh, my stars alive. Here, Cedric, if you can't read minds, how did you know what was in that letter I got from J.J. Leeds?
Oh, Papa got one just like it, and I read his.
Great balls of fire. Wait a minute, though. Didn't you mind read a grocery order at the Jot 'em Down store?
Oh, that was a list I lost there the day before. Mama always has me memorize them in case I lose them.
Oh. Cedric, my boy, before I throw you out of here, will you give me a good swift kick? I'll swear I never heard it.
Squire.
Oh, come in, Lum.
All right, Squire, I've got you right where I want you.
You too?
Yeah, in case you don't know it, Squire, Cedric's just a 6-year-old minor, so that contract he signed ain't legal.
Well, yes, that may be true, Lum, but see, I also have a bona fide verbal contract.
Huh?
Now, you can't sign a verbal contract, Lum, so that makes it entirely legal and binding.
Well, now,
however, Lum, if you're that anxious to get Cedric, I'll be more than happy to sell you this verbal contract for $500.
All right, Granny's, it's a deal.
It certainly is, Lum. It certainly is.
October 10th, 1948, Lum-n-Abner on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox.
You know, it's true. Difficult times have a way of focusing us. We have to think about what matters most when it comes to our spending, our health care. No doubt. This is why so many people are joining Medishare right now. Medishare is a trusted way to save up to 50% on your monthly health care costs. More than 400,000 people have already made the switch. It's pretty obvious why, too, especially now during this challenging season with healthcare costs and out-of-pocket expenses going up. Medishare can save you a lot of money. The typical family saves $500 a month. And Medishare is a Christian healthcare sharing ministry that's worked beautifully for 29 years. There are different options to choose from to fit your budget. I'll give you the number here in a second, and if you call, you can get a price within 2 minutes. Maybe now is the perfect time to make the switch and start saving. Here you go. Call 833-34-BIBLE. That's 833-34-BIBLE. 833-34-BIBLE.
Now on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox, more of Lum-n-Abner, October 10th, 1948.
Grannies, I wish they'd hurry up and get time for that quiz show. I'm anxious to get that money.
Yeah.
I'm getting on easy sitting here in this hotel room.
Cedric, maybe you better lay down and take a nap. Don't forget you ain't but 6-year-old.
Yes, Mom. Reckon I ought to shave first.
You know, Abner, I was just thinking how mad old Squire Skimp's going to be when he finds out we're going to make $21,000 off of that $500 contract.
Hello, yeah.
I bet he'll be mighty nigh as mad as he was when he found out I couldn't read minds.
Well, it served... Huh? What did you say, Cedric?
Well, see, somehow Mr. Squire got the crazy idea that I was a mind reader and...
Oh, my goodness alive, this is terrible.
Cedric, you mean... Oh, no.
Well, hold on here now. How come you was able to do all them stunts then, Cedric?
Oh, my goodness, I'll bet that's the feller from the radio show.
Huh?
Hurry up, get Cedric into the bedroom till we figure out what to do.
Yeah, come on, Cedric. Hurry up. Get on out of here. Come on.
Come in.
Well, there you are, Lum.
Well, for pity's sakes, Ben Withers, how'd you get clean to Little Rock?
Fine. I finally located Attorney Russell Altmeyer.
Oh, for goodness sakes.
In fact, he's here with me, but he says you'd better not depend on him.
Huh?
He's been disbarred again for driving a stolen 1922 Buick. I'll see you later, Lum. Russell's waiting for me.
Grannies, I hope they get on the elevator after it's left. All right, Abner, bring our genius out here and let's try to figure... No, wait. Leave him there. Come in.
Well. How are you, Mr. Edwards?
Well, I'm...
Everything okay here? I'm Eddie Cobb, the old quiz and quip master in the flesh. Well, is Mr. Weehunt all set to go on a little old show and walk off with a little old jackpot?
Well, Mr. Cobb, to be right honest, I don't believe Mr. Weehunt's going to be able to go on your program.
But we're depending on him.
I can't help it. He's just too nervous and high-strung. After all, he ain't but 6-year-old.
Oh, yes, I know all... 6?
Just a baby.
Why, this is wonderful. Sensational. Oh, what a novelty. Just what the show needs. Say, has the little tyke started the kindergarten yet?
Oh, yeah, he's in the 3rd reader.
Oh, baby. And he's already in the 3rd grade. Why, he must be a mental giant. Well, now, here's what we'll do. We'll put him on as a special guest and call some college professor out of the audience to come up and ask him some good, hard questions.
But,
Oh, boy, this is sensational. Well, see you and the little tot at the broadcast. So long.
Abner, did you hear any of that?
Every single miserable word of it.
Oh, me.
Oh, my.
Wait a minute. Do you think you could go out and buy encyclopedia and a large pair of rompers? I think I'm getting an idea.
Uh-oh.
We're going to make Cedric memorize the answers to the questions that college professor out of the audience is going to ask him.
Yeah, but how we know what questions he's going to ask?
Because you're going to be the college professor.
Me?
From Harvard University. Cedric, pull up your romper leg and pay attention to Abner. The radio show's already on the air, and they'll be coming to get you any minute now.
Yeah, now listen, Cedric.
Boulder Dam is 727 feet high.
Cedric, we ain't working on that now. Who invented the hydraulics turbine? Lump, this ain't gonna work. All Cedric said for the last 2 hours is, oh, why, Why do you keep saying that, Cedric? See there, Lum, we better just give this up.
Hey, hurry up. It's time for baby Cedric.
Oh, yes, sir. We'll be right there. Now, come on, let's go. Get out in the audience, Abner. And Cedric, pull up your rompers.
Well, thank you, Mrs. T.J. Biberson of 224 Fontanelle Street, South Oak Grove, Arkansas. Well, Harry, what's Mrs. Biberson's score?
Got it right here, Eddie.
Well, let's have it, Harry.
All right, Eddie. Mrs. T.J. Biberson of 224 Fontanelle Street missed only 5 out of her 5 questions.
Well done. T.J. Biberson. That wins for you a case of Dr. Sampson's new improved false teeth cement. And the right to compete for the big jackpot question. So don't go away, Mrs. Bibberson.
And now, Eddie.
Yes, Harry?
Now for your special guest, Eddie.
Right, Eddie. Harry. Ladies and gentlemen, Take It and Beat It is proud to present the outstanding quiz kitty of them all, tiny, 6-year-old baby Cedric. Bring him on!
Hello.
Hey, wait a minute. Not you. Get out of here. Where's the baby?
I'm him.
You? Aren't you a little large?
Oh, not for my height, no.
Cedric, I understand you're in the 3rd grade already. Is that true?
Oh, why,
Yeah. Are you a pretty outstanding student there?
Yes, Mom. I'm the only boy in the 3rd reader with a Social Security card.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to try something new tonight. We're going to get some brilliant person to come up out of our audience and try to stump this little monster. Wizard. Now then, is there
I have a liar in the balcony. Russell Altmeyer.
I wonder if there isn't a college professor in the audience.
Yes, sir, I'm a college professor. Harvard, J.C.
Fine. Come right up here, Professor. Watch the steps now when you're coming up on the stage.
Sir. Yes.
That's the idea.
October 10th, 1948, Lum-n-Abner. I'm Wyatt Cox. Thanks for joining us here for Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox on your favorite station. Now on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox, the conclusion of Lum-n-Abner, October 10th, 1948.
Now, come right over here to the microphone, please. That's it, Professor. Now, could we have your name, please?
Professor Peabody.
Ph.D.?
R.F.D.
Old Harvard, you say, huh? And what do you teach there?
Oh, spelling, numbers, deportment, geography, stuff like that.
Professor, I want you to meet our guest, baby Cedric. You've never seen this boy before, have you?
Never in my whole life.
Hello, Mr. Abner.
All right, Professor, we're going to turn baby Cedric over to you now. Try and stump him.
Yes, sir. Baby Cedric, how high?
Boulder Dam is 727 feet high.
Is Boulder Dam.
I done answered that one.
Well, don't go so fast. Who invented...
J.B. Francis.
The hydraulic turbine.
Let's see, that's a hard one, ain't it? Oh, why,
You done got it, Cedric. Now, don't answer till after I give you the question. Now then, what year will Halley's Comet return?
Can I answer now?
Sure.
The kangaroo.
Right. Now, name an animal that carries its young in a pouch.
Sweet Rosie O'Grady.
Right. Now, name a song in which... wait a minute, Cedric. I don't know, but I believe we're a little mixed up here. Yeah, we better get out of here. Come on, Cedric.
Boulder Dam is 700...
Come on out of here.
No, wait. Don't run away. We want baby Cedric to compete in the big jackpot question.
Yeah, well, we can't keep baby Cedric up no longer. It's past his bedtime right now.
Oh, no. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the big moment we've all been waiting for. As you know, the jackpot has built up to $21,000 in cash, plus
a 1-year subscription to Modern Priscilla.
an all-expense trip for 3 to romantic Minot, North Dakota.
A complete set of Morocco-bound pictures of the vice presidents of the United States.
An all-expense trip for 3 back from Minot, North Dakota.
And a glass-bottomed canoe.
And now...
Come on, Cedric, let's get out of here.
Oh, no. We're going to ask Mrs. Bibberson of 224 Fontanelle Street the big jackpot question. Mrs. Bibberson?
Who?
You!
I'm a housewife.
You told us that, Mrs. Bibberson.
Who?
You!
I'm a housewife.
Oh, you're a great sport, Mrs. Bibberson, a great sport. Now, listen closely. A native citizen of the United States of America is in his hometown. He can walk less than 100 miles in any direction and hit salt water. Where is he?
Salt Lake City.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mrs. Bibberson. I'm sorry. Give that lady another case of Dr. Sampson's new improved false teeth cement.
It is too Salt Lake City.
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
What have you got against Salt Lake City?
Get out of here, Spam. And now we'll ask our guest contestant, Baby Cedric. Are you ready, baby?
Mom.
A native citizen of the United States of America is in his hometown. He can walk less than 100 miles in any direction and hit salt water. Where is he?
Oh, why,
Would you repeat that?
I said, oh, why,
That is absolutely correct. Wyatt! Congratulations, baby Cedric!
Well, here's the figures on our winnings. After deducting the taxes, all we owe the government is $3 apiece. But if we can sell the glass-bottom canoe, we ought to break even.
Yeah. But it's been a good experience. Cedric, ain't you learned something from it?
yes, Mom. Boulder Dam is 727 feet high.
Lum-n-Abner Show is brought to you each week by the Frigidaire division of General Motors, manufacturers of a complete line of home appliances, air conditioners, and refrigeration equipment for American business. The script is written by Roz Rogers and Betty Boyle, with music by Felix Mills and his orchestra. So until next Sunday night, same time, same station, this is Wendell Niles saying good night for Frigidaire, America's #1 refrigerator.
October 10th, 1948, Lum-n-Abner on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Now on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox, we go back to October 10th, 1941, 7 years before the episode we just heard broadcast of Lum-n-Abner. At this time, Chester Locke, Norris Goff were the only voices you heard from the show by and large, as was the case with all of the quarter-hour episodes of Lum-n-Abner. So let's listen. October 10th, 1941.
Granny's, Abner. I believe that's our ring. Dog Islam, I believe you're right. I'll see. Hello, Jot 'em Down store. This is Lum-n-Abner.
And now, let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge.
When Lum discovered the attractive woman he noticed in Pine Ridge yesterday was the new school teacher, he quickly ended his feud with the school board and renewed his interest in the town's educational system. It's late afternoon as we look in on the little community today, and we find Abner alone at the store. Lum is just entering. Listen.
Where in the world have you been all afternoon?
Huh? Oh, I've been over talking to Ezra Seastrong.
Ezra? I thought you and him never got along very well since they made him president of the school board this year.
Who, Ezra? Why, he's a fine, upright citizen. I don't know where you could have got an idea like that in your head.
Well, you were saying here yesterday what a smart aleck he was and how you never had no use for him.
I don't recollect saying no such a thing. And besides, it must have been some other Ezra I was thinking about.
Who?
Why, Ezra...
Barnes?
Barnes?
Yeah, there's a fella named Ezra Barnes that lives down at Opal.
Yeah, that's the one. I hate and despise him. That must have been who I was talking about right there. Ezra Barnes, huh?
Yeah, that's his name, yeah. Well, what was you and Ezra Seastrong talking so long about?
Oh, about the school. See, this is his first year being president of the board, and we were just talking about different improvements we want to make on the school this year.
Improvement?
Yeah, painting up the schoolhouse and fixing up the teacher's desk there.
Oh, did you meet the new teacher last night?
Oh, yeah. Her and me just hit it right off together.
You did?
Had a long talk with one another.
Well, what'd you talk about?
Oh, I don't know. I told her I was glad to meet her, and she said she was glad to meet me, and I told her I was glad she was in Pine Ridge, and she said she was glad to be here.
Well, that's interesting. Everybody being so glad about everything. What else?
Oh, that's about all that was said, I reckon. That dad-blame Budinsky Ezra come over there and started talking, butted in. And...
Ezra Barnes?
Ezra Barnes? Who's that?
Well, that's that fella you hate so bad down there at Opal.
Oh, no. My friend and chum, Ezra Seastrong. Natural, he had to do a lot of talking, him being president of the board.
Yeah.
Grannies. She's even prettier than I thought she was.
Who, Ezra?
Oh, the new school teacher, Miss Fredericks.
Oh, is that her name?
Yeah, ain't that a pretty name? Fredericks.
Yeah, all right, I reckon.
One of these days I might change that to Eddard.
Oh, no.
Don't you never tell her I said that.
I ain't going to tell nobody nothing.
Granny, they would have to pick this year to make Ezra president of the board. Here last year, when I was the president, we had that dad-blame Professor Harrison teaching.
Well, you was the one that hired him.
Yeah, I know it. Maybe they was right in taking the job away from me if I ain't got no more sense than that. Here, I'd have had a good excuse to go over there to Sister Simpson's every night if I was still president.
Sister Simpson? What in the world do you want to go over there and talk to that old gossip for?
I don't mean to see her. I wouldn't go to a dog fight with that old woman. I mean Miss Fredericks. She's staying over at Sister Simpson's boarding house.
Oh, I see. Yeah. I wondered if you was starting to spark Sister Simpson.
Of course not.
Well, I know she's had her cap set for you for years long.
Well, she ought to know by now she's wasting her time. I just can't hardly stand her. It's a shame a nice woman like Miss Fredericks has got to stay over at a place like that. We ought to have another boarding house here in this town. Something up to date.
Well, Sister Simpson sets a pretty good table on.
Yeah, if you can put up with that everlasting talking of hers. I love to see our school teachers made as comfort as possible.
You do, huh?
Yeah, they come here, perfect strangers. This is their home during the school term. It's up to us to make them feel welcome.
Uh-huh.
Everybody ought to make it a point to get better acquainted with her. And let her know.
They're having that sociable over at the schoolhouse tonight so that everybody can meet her, Lum.
Oh, yeah, I know it. That's one of the things me and Ezra was talking about a while ago.
Well?
One of the two of us ought to make a kind of a welcoming speech over there tonight.
You had, huh?
But I'm feared the way he talked, he's going to want to do it himself.
Well, Ezra's a pretty good out-loud talker, all right.
Gives the same argument about right living every time he gets on his feet. He's give that same talk at Sunday school every Sunday as far back as I can recollect.
Well, don't jump on me about it. I never had nothing to do with it.
No. Well, it'll work out all right. I just happen to think I might get him to let me introduce him.
Uh-oh. Poor Ezra.
Huh?
Nothing.
Another thing, somebody ought to go by and get Miss Fredericks and take her over there to the sociable tonight. Don't look right for a stranger in town that way to have to walk all the way over there by herself in the dark.
Well, ain't somebody going to go by after?
Not that I know of.
Oh, well, me and Elizabeth can go by for long.
Oh, that's too much out of your way, Abner.
Why, we won't mind.
Why, Abner, you live over there by the schoolhouse. You'd have to go clean down to Sister Simpson's boarding house and then all the way back over to the schoolhouse. It ought to be somebody that lives over there by the boarding house, and you know it.
Well, you don't need to get so mad about it, Long. Ain't nobody lives over there close. Well, except you and Grandpa Masters.
Well, she wouldn't want to go over there with Grandpa Masters. He can't sit up that late at his age. Have that ear trumpet stuck right in her face all evening.
Yeah. Well, that don't leave nobody but you, does it?
Who?
You. You live over there, don't you?
Oh. Granny, that's right. Yeah, I'd forgot about that, I think.
Well, why don't you bring her over there?
Oh, I don't know. I hadn't thought nothing about it. I don't know whether she'd want me to go with her or not.
Well, why don't you ask her anyway? Here you talking about everybody ought to be nice to her.
That's right, ain't it? Well, how would you go about it, Abner?
Why? Well, just call her up over at Sister Simpson's. School's out by this time. She's more likely there, and just tell her you want to carry her over to the sociable tonight.
Oh, I don't know whether I ought to or not. You know me on the telephone. Why don't you call her?
Well, I've got to take Elizabeth, Long.
I mean, ask her to let me take her.
Well, I'll be dead blame. You're the bashfulest one human I ever seen in my life. Now, if you want to carry her over there, just get up there and call her yourself.
That's a fine way to talk. Fine partner you turned out to be, I must say. After all we went through together. Set up with you when you took down sick and lent you money when you was needing it. Recollect when you had the fevers and I come over and
I'll call her.
Oh, now, don't do it unless you want to.
I said I'd call her, and I'll call her. I wish now I'd have died with them fevers. Throwing it up from ever since he set up with me over there.
What's that?
I just said, hello, Sister Simpson? This is Abner Peabody. Oh, tolerably. You know about that sociable tonight over at the schoolhouse. Yeah, well, Mom, he wanted to take a... Huh? No, Mom, I mean... Well, yeah, but, yes, Mom. Yes, Mom. Yeah, well, Uh-huh. All right, I'll tell him. Yes, Mom, I'll tell him. All right. Goodbye. Doggies.
Oh, what'd she say? Weren't Miss Fredericks there?
You're supposed to be over at 7 o'clock sharp.
Oh, well, how could Sister Simpson tell you what Miss Fredericks will do?
Well, that's the trouble, Mom. She never did give me a chance to tell her, and she thinks that you want to take her tonight.
Sister Simpson?
Well, now, Lum, there weren't nothing I could do about it.
Swan too good.
Well, you know Sister Simpson, when she starts to talk, she won't let you get a word in edgewise. I tried to
ought to have had more sense than to leave it up to you in the first place.
Well, I'm sorry, Lum. I done the best I know to.
If you can't get things in the worst mix-up I ever seen in my life, well, you're just going to have to call her up and tell her it's a mistake. That's all they are to.
Oh, no, not me.
Yes, you
tell
are.
her.
You got me into it.
Well, she won't listen to me. I tried to tell her.
You was the one that made the date with her. I can't call her. Grannies, I'll leave town. That's what I'll do. I'll run away from home.
Oh.
I wouldn't take her over there if she was the last woman in this world. Here I've been planning all day how I could get to take Miss Frederick over there, and you ruined the whole thing in 2 minutes.
That's our ring, I believe.
Well, go on and answer it. See how much more trouble you can get into.
Hello. Got him down, store. Abner Peabody talking. Oh, hello, Sister Simpson. Sister Simpson, Lord.
Oh, my goodness. Well, tell her I ain't here. Tell her I just broke my leg.
Broke your leg? How?
I don't care how. Tell her I fell off the front porch. I don't care.
He said he just fell off the porch and broke his leg, Sister Simpson.
In 2 places.
Fell off the porch in 2 places.
Broke my leg, idiot.
I done told her that. Mom? Oh, just a minute. Are you suffering, Mom?
Of course I am.
Of course he is. Uh-huh. Oh, well, that's too bad. Well, that's mighty thoughty of you to call. Yes, Mom. All right, I'll tell him. Goodbye.
Did you get me out of it all right?
Yeah, she said it was all right. She couldn't go no way longer.
Well, good.
Said a couple of drummers just now called up, and she's going to have to stay there and fix a late supper for 'em. She just called up to suggest that you take Miss Fredericks instead of her.
Miss Fredericks? And you told her I had a broke leg?
Well, you told me to.
Well, I'll be dad blamed.
But Sister Simpson said she's sorry you couldn't go, Lum, and said as soon as she gets done with the supper dishes, well, she'll come over to your place and set up with you for a while.
October 10th, 1941, Lum-n-Abner here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox.
Not all careless drivers have accidents, but many such careless drivers cause accidents. A woman driver who drives slowly down Main Street while doing a little window shopping is a menace. So is the man who insists on telling the people in the back seat of his car about his poker game last week. It's no wonder that ordinarily cautious drivers start to lose their tempers and take dangerous chances to pass these careless drivers. When an accident results, the person who caused the accident probably won't even be touched. So the National Safety Council says if you want to window shop, get out and walk. If you are too busy describing one of your sterling feats to pay any attention to traffic, get out and walk. The driver's license you have does not give you the right to endanger the lives of your passengers or other human beings. Driving can be dangerous. Keep your mind on what you're doing, or walk.
Thank you for tuning in to Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Please thank this station and support their advertisers. It is their kindness and courtesy that allows us to be with you each and every time we roll around here on your favorite station. Now, if you miss a day, you don't have to miss a single show. All of our shows are available right here on demand. ClassicRadio.stream. ClassicRadio.stream. You can stream our shows, learn more about classic radio collecting. You can contact me. You can find our social media links. We have lists of places that have our shows available for download. And if you'd like to help us add additional classic radio collections, you can buy me a coffee. That buy me a coffee money does not buy me coffee, but it helps us acquire additional classic radio collections to bring to you here on your favorite station. That webpage again, classicradio.stream. Classicradio.stream. And please tell all your friends the great radio shows are right here at this spot on the dial. Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox on your favorite station.